Hello, my name is Colleen Boyce and I'm the Executive Director of the Neurologic Rehabilitation Institute of Ontario, known as NRIO. I had the pleasure of meeting a young man, probably, sort of late 30 years of age at the time, 10 years ago, by the name of Daniel Bax. Daniel came into NRIO's residential program in Etobicoke following discharge from Toronto Rehab Institute in February of 2006. He then was transferred to the apartment program 3.5 months later, just so that we could really assess his independence and safety skills. And then he was discharged into the community in July 2006. We have kept in touch ever since then, and it has given me great pleasure to see Daniel's ongoing rehabilitation and recovery following a very, very significant brain injury. I did not know Daniel prior to his injury, but got to know his family and friends really well, and they helped us with a really clear picture of who Daniel was, with the goal of saying, how do we get Daniel back to the way he was? Well, to be honest with you, none of us needed to do that for Daniel, because Daniel did that all himself. Despite his significant injuries and impairments, his cognitive and physical limitations, as well as speech, Daniel worked so hard at getting his life back. The way Daniel is today is all thanks to Daniel Bax. Therapists have helped him over the years and have listened to him, followed his goals and his ideals. But if it was not for Daniel's personality, unbelievable sense of humor, which to this day is still there and even better than it was then, his tenacity, his determination, his commitment to rehabilitation and working hard, we would not have the Daniel that there is today. And I look back at those years when Daniel sort of was in rehab, and he just was so determined and sort of never gave up. He would look at every aspect of how his rehab and his life could be improved. And as much as therapists were the conduits in helping Daniel achieve what he is today, a lot of it still is what Daniel was and is today. A part of Daniel was never lost because of his injury. I really do look at Daniel as the most amazing role model for other individuals who have sustained a brain injury, and the hope is there, but you have to work hard at it, and you have to really embrace what all the therapists are doing. And I can say that therapists said Daniel was a rehabilitation dream, because he really did focus on what it was to get better and how he can improve his life. Daniel was never the victim. Daniel looked at what had happened to him and said, this has happened, this is life, and now I need to move on. And when I look back at NRIO's discharge report in July of 2006, there were two goals that stuck out. The one was that Daniel wanted to become a motivational speaker, and the other one was that he wanted to ride across Canada cycling. And it is now 10 years later. Daniel is not only a motivational speaker, he is an author of a book. I mean, that way exceeded the goals from 2006. And he has not cycled across Canada, but he has cycled to Montreal, and he is going to be cycling across Canada. All I can say is, wow. I mean, Daniel, I can't believe. Now, 10 years later, you can see how Daniel has already achieved so many of his goals. And boy, oh boy, I don't know what this man is going to achieve in 10 years' time, 20 years' time, because he's already done so much. But I am going to be on the sidelines cheering him on, seeing what Daniel is going to be like in 10, 20 and more years' time, because his goals and his inspiration is endless. And his determination and motivation is indescribable. And I just can't wait to see where this man is going to end up in years to come. Way to go, Daniel. I'm so proud of you, and I'm so pleased that I got to know you 10 years ago, and I just can't wait to see what the future holds.